Hi kids, my name is Nicole Miyuki and this is Let's Make Art, and you're here for a project where we get to paint together. And I'm really excited. We're going to be doing watercolors, and I wanted to quickly introduce to you our cameraman. So if you hear him, he's going to be telling me where to look.
Hi kids.
This is Keenan. You might recognize him from coloring Keenan.
I color sometimes.
So he's going to be here with us together to paint. So today what we're doing, we're painting this beautiful moon. Really excited. There are a few different supplies I would like you to go grab. Grab your first year watercolors. If you don't have these specific colors, I would just grab a blue, maybe a purple, and also a yellow. Let me do the swatches so you can see. So this one that we have is called Orchid, but again, you just need kind of a purpley pinky color. This one is called Azure. This is our blue. And then you're gonna want to have just a little bit of yellow. You won't need very much, but I'll show you why in a little bit, because we're gonna make some magic. We're gonna mix some colors together. So those are the three colors I'd like you to grab. Then have a cup of water, because you'll notice that I had to dip my brush into my water. So that, a brush, and a few fun things really quickly is you will notice when looking at this final project, we're going to be doing some fun different textures. So these are created with salt. So if you have our box, did you get really excited?
Yeah. Table salt?
Yes, if you have any salt, ask your adult to say, can I borrow just a little bit of salt? And then if you also have our box, we're going to be using this really fun Stickles. Stickles is basically just glitter gel, but they have these really pretty stars. So that's what you'll have. Then grab out your paper. So this is the watercolor paper that I'm going to be using today. Have your brush out, and the first step is we're going to draw your circle. So you can either do it with a pencil. I'm going to do it with my brush. I'm going to dip into my water cup. I'm going to tap off to the side because I don't want too much water. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my blue, because this is just my line. Then what I'm going to do is in the center, I'm going to draw a circle. But before I do that, actually, let's do our motto, because I forgot that for a second. So if you can get in this good posture and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I am brave.
I am brave.
I am kind.
I am kind.
And I am creative.
And I am creative.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Boom! Okay, now we are ready. We're in the zone. We get to be creative together. And the one thing that I want you to remember is whatever you see here, you are your own artist. So you can make this any color if you really want. You can make it a triangle if you want. It doesn't need to be a circle. Keaton got really excited.
Someone should do a triangle.
This is your world. This is your imagination. And we're just going to create some magic on the page today. So actually, before we draw a circle, I want to show you one quick magic trick that we can do to mix some colors. So on my palette, I have my blue and I have my orchid, which is like a purpley magenta. What I want to do is I actually want to mix a few different colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop in 2 drops of orchid and 2 drops of blue, and we're going to mix one more color. So when I mix those together, ooh, I love that color.
That is a beautiful color.
We're gonna make a really pretty navy. So I like to do that because when you look at this final one, you'll notice that it's not just one solid color. When you look up at the night sky, it's not just solid blue or solid black. It has these different textures to it. So we're gonna create that. So by making these 3 colors, that's gonna be our starting point. Now, if you want to go ahead and make a different, another mix of it, you can do that. So maybe you pick up some of your blue, you pick up some of your other blue, and you can make a little bit lighter one, and in between. So you can mix a whole different array of colors. Remember, this is your painting, so I want you to make it your own. Once you have that, now I am ready to start. So pick one of your blues, any of your colors. Maybe I'll do this middle one. And I'm going to put some on my paintbrush. And then I'm going to draw my circle. So again, if you want to start with a pencil, you can do that. or you can just go for it. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a circle.
Wow.
Like that.
Nice circle.
And so you'll notice that if it's easier, sometimes you draw one side and then you draw the other side. Again, there's no right or wrong way to draw a circle. And if it's not perfectly circled, that's okay. Nothing is perfect. So this is your own. Now, you start with that. That's the first step. The second step is we're going to paint the outside of our moon. So our moon is this really beautiful white, and our sky is what we're going to paint right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit more water, and I'm going to start to just pick up some color. And you're going to paint around your moon. You're going to keep picking up color. So whenever, if yours gets dry like that, that means you need a little bit more water. These are watercolors, so we're going to mix in water plus color. We're going to do this is maybe I spin my palette and I'm going to pick up a different color. And it's so cool because you can mix them together and you can keep going. So maybe I'll mix in some of my purple. So see, I'm mixing a whole new color.
A whole new color.
That was perfect. And so you're just going to keep going around your moon. Now, if you're like me and you painted that whole edge, maybe I'll just keep spinning it. That way I can hold it. So again, I'm just dipping in. You can pick up any color you want and you can just mix them together. Let yourself be free and have fun and play. So I'm going to do my whole sky. Mix some purple in. Now, if you run out of color, just add a few more drops to your palette, then you're good to go. Keep spinning this.
Just keep spinning, just keep spinning.
Finding Nemo. Now, I am, let's see, I'm just going to paint the edges a little bit. Okay, now while it's still wet, what you're going to want to do is you're going to grab your salt. If you have our packet, open your packet. If you have a little salt thing, all we need.
Do a quick taste test.
Make sure it's salt.
Unless you're allergic to salt.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a thing.
I don't know if that's a thing, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna have just a little bit. Can you see in my hand? You don't need a lot. And I'm gonna pinch it with my thumb and my pointer finger, and I'm gonna sprinkle it on. Is it wet enough? So, let's see what happens. I'm just sprinkling a little bit of it on. I think one thing is that if your paper is dry, so what we're doing is we're creating these explosions. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of water. So I dipped my brush into my water, and I think I'm going to just paint a little bit, kind of give it some more water, wake it up a little bit. You don't need a lot, just a little bit of water.
It just dried up and got tired.
Yeah.
You just got to wake it up a little bit.
Wake up the moon a little bit. I love that. So you're going to add a little bit of water, and it's actually really cool because you'll see it do these really pretty water blooms that end up happening at the same time. But I'm going to grab my salt. So because your paper needs to be just a little bit wet when you're using this cool salt technique. So I'm pinching in my salt. Now it's starting to do those explosions. Let me grab a little bit more. So you don't need to go and do a lot. You just need a little bit, this packet. Struggling. Okay, we got it. There we go. Oh, this is so fun.
Oh, yes.
I love using salt.
That is amazing.
So this is the magic. You're just being a little magician over here. Sprinkling a little salt. Perfect. Let me get that all off. Okay, so you can see that it's adding these really cool blooms. So what happens when the salt touches the water and the watercolors is it explodes, and it does a magic trick, and it'll create these really pretty blooms that we love here. Now, that was step 3 was adding your salt. While that is drying, it's a little bit wet right now, is we're gonna do another magic trick and we're gonna make black. So when you're looking at this one, can you see how this moon is bright white and this moon has a little bit of texture to it?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna create that. So what happens, and the reason why we do that is when you look up at the moon, the next time you see the moon and it's nighttime outside, look up at it and you'll notice it's not a really stark white. It has a little bit of texture to it. There might be some craters on it, but the reason why is that it'll make it look like it's rounder. So we're gonna create that by making black.
What is stark white?
Oh, did I just make that up?
No, you did. You didn't.
Stark white, thank you for saying that, means just bright white.
Bright right.
Bright white. And so that's what this is stark, it's just bright white, it's a solid color. That's probably a better word to use, is solid color. And so we're gonna create some texture to it, because that's what we do here, is we just bring things to life. So we're gonna make black. So while that's drying, I'm gonna set that aside.
Also look for the eyelashes on the moon.
Because it will be there.
They're there.
Yes. Okay, so to do this new magic trick is that I'm gonna spin my palette and I have that little drop of yellow that I did when I showed you this. So to make black, what you're gonna do is you're gonna mix the 3 colors that you have. So you have yellow, you need 1 drop of yellow, 1 drop of orchid, or your magenta color, your pink color, and 1 drop of blue. Is that in the shot?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so I have those 3 colors. I'm gonna get a little bit of water, hit my brush off to the side, and I'm gonna mix those.
Whoa.
Magic. So that created, it's a little bit more blue, but I really like that. But if you want to, you can keep going. Okay, maybe I want, let's see if I add a little bit of yellow, what color does that change it to? That made it a little bit more green. So this is the really cool, beautiful part, is that you are becoming a magician. You're an artist. You are making all these different colors, and this is your time to play. So you can keep adding. Maybe you want to see, okay, what if I add a little bit of blue? What happens? And you're just going to continue to make all these different colors.
Ooh, I like that one a lot.
That one's really pretty too. So when you do this, let's see, what if I add one more?
I want a lunchbox that color.
You want a what?
A lunchbox. That'd be fun.
That's a really pretty green. Ooh, I actually really like that one.
Ooh, that's nice.
So there's so many different shades of it. So even if you don't get a really, really solid black, that's actually not what we're going for. We just want a darker color than all the rest of your colors that you're using. And so I'm gonna stick with this color. Actually, I really like that color. And when you have the color that you want, one thing, actually, let me grab this again, is I'm gonna show you another magic trick, and that's the magic trick of using water. So if you ever wanna make a color lighter, you're gonna add a little bit of water to it. So if this is my solid color, if I dip in, hit my brush off to the side, dip into water, and I start to just use water,
Whoa.
can you see how the color's changing and it's getting lighter gradually? So that is the technique that we are going to use on our moon. So that's the magic trick. So you're just gonna add water. So we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna have my solid white moon and I'm gonna add a little bit of texture to it. So I'm gonna grab my darker color, whichever it's a black or a dark navy, and I'm gonna pick that up. I don't need a lot. So a trick that you can also use is think of this brush as your magic wand. You don't need a whole bunch of paint in your magic wand to be able to use your powers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna dip in the tip of it, because it's really strong, and I'm just going to use the tip of this brush, and I'm going to paint a C or a curve on one of the sides. Then I'm gonna do my magic trick and I'm gonna dip in my water, hit off to the side, and I'm just gonna use water. So I'm gonna do that same trick where I'm just using water, and I'm gonna paint on the edge. So I'm gonna continue to move towards the center.
So you're going to pull your hand towards the center? Like you pull it away from the sea?
Oh yeah, yes.
Perfect.
So we're going away from there, and you're basically smoothing out that color. Does that make sense?
That looks like a moon.
Did it come to life? So it's really, really light. Now, if you have a darker color, that still works, and I think that's beautiful because it's a little bit darker on there. That's the beautiful thing about when you're painting with us, is that you are the artist and the magician, and it's gonna look the way you crafted it because you used it with your own hands. Now, is that dark enough for on camera?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Looks
perfect. Whoa, and I just looked at all the explosions.
Explosions.
Do you see all the explosions that happening? I'm so excited. I hope that yours is exploding, and I'm excited to see yours. But that is drying a little bit. Okay, now, so we did a step 4. Step 5, and if you're wondering where I'm looking at the steps, if you have our zine, if you flip to page 19 in our Creating is Magic zine, that's where I'm going off of. So, the 5th step is using the gold gel pen. So if you have our box, grab your gold gel pen. This is a really pretty color, I'll show you. And if you don't have this, you can use a black one, you can use a black pen, you can use any other color. You don't need the specific one to create this. But this is a really pretty metallic color that just glides. And so these are called jelly rolls. And they have the ink inside, and so we're just going to use them like a pen.
Can you draw a circle?
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to draw a circle?
Yes, please.
Oh, so you can see it?
And can you fill in the circle?
Yes.
Look at that.
So you can see it more.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so we got our gold pen. This is the next magic tool that we're going to use. There are a few things that you can have fun and do. Like Keenan said, the moon might have eyelashes. We don't really know, but this is our painting, so we can add eyelashes if you want. Do you have eyelashes?
Oh, I have really long
He
eyelashes.
does. He has really long eyelashes. So what we're drawing, actually,
Like a
can you come
Disney
show them?
They're long eyelashes? My long eyelashes?
But just be the model for 1 second.
I don't think they can see my eyelashes.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is if you close your eyes, yes, that was perfect. If you close your eyes, that is what you're drawing. So you're drawing this curve shape, and then your eyelash is coming down. So it's as if it's blinking at you, or it's closing its eyes because it's going to sleep, just like we all sleep at night.
Question.
Yes.
Is the moon asleep when
Or
we're
awake.
asleep, or is he awake?
Should you draw one eye open and one eye closed? Like it's winking at you?
Ooh, a wink? That'd be fun.
You can make your moon have any different expressions. I never thought of it that way. I think of it as he's sleeping with us. But maybe he is awake,
That makes sense.
watching over us.
Uh-huh.
So you get to make your moon however you want. But what you're going to do is you're going to use your pen, whatever color you have, and you're going to either draw a circle for the eyes, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 2 smiley faces. So I'm going to draw one smiley face, or a curve, a smile, on the left side, so that's one eye. And I'm going to draw another one on the right. Then what you're going to do is you're going to draw lines, if you want to draw eyelashes, coming off of your smiley faces. So again, it's as if that your eyes are closed and you're drawing those eyelashes. Then it's smiling. The moon is happy. The moon loves to be up there at night. It loves watching over you. It's going to add a little smile right there. Then
That is so peaceful.
it is. It's a really sweet moon. I love the moon. I love looking up. And you know, if actually this is a really great project to plug in is what was that one that we did with the moon phases? Now I can't remember the name. We'll add it in for you. But there's one where we went over and it shows the different moon phases because the moon looks different at night. So some moons might be a crescent moon, which is more of a curve shape. And this, what we're doing is we're drawing a full moon. I just wanted to say that really quickly. But when you have that, the other fun things that you can do, again, this is your painting, so you can make this however you'd like, is I want to draw some shooting stars in my moon. Because when I look up, I love to think of stars coming out and shining bright. So you're going to take your gold pen, and once your watercolor is all dry, that's the one trick, is I want you to make sure that it's completely dry, is you're just going to go on top and you're going to draw stars. And this metallic color is so pretty on top.
Can you show us how to draw stars on the blank page?
Yes. Thank you.
Please?
I can definitely do that.
I'm really excited.
Okay. There are a few different ways. Actually, I learned a new way to draw a star recently. So, the way, if you've been with us before, actually the way that I like to draw a star is drawing a line, and then a line across, and then draw an X on top. So that's one way to draw a star. It's like a twinkling star.
I like those.
But I have a 8-year-old niece who I love, who showed me how she likes to draw stars, and I think it might make a little bit more sense to you. So I'm going to draw it this way. Is she starts at the bottom, and she draws a triangle, or a pointed arrow up. So
Or an A.
Or an A, yes. Or a teepee.
Or a TP.
Draw any of those things that your brain imagines and draw that. So draw the line up and down. Then you're going to start here and you're going to go across. I'm going to draw a diagonal line, which is not a straight line. It's coming up a little bit, like that. Then I'm going to go horizontal across. Horizontal is this way. So I'm going to draw a line that way. And then you got to complete your star. They got to be the lines got to be touching. So I'm going to finish off like that.
Nice.
I like that way, actually.
I do too.
So that's how you draw a star. Thank you, Keenan, for asking me that. Now, when you're looking at this, what I drew is that they're small versions. So in your night sky, some of the stars might be big, some of them might be small. Again, this is your painting that I'm so excited for you to be doing with us today. So what you can do is you can draw some smaller ones. You can draw some bigger ones. You can draw some of these twinkly stars. You can add some, maybe they're snowflakes. You can add some dots to them. So you're gonna do that in your night sky. Then I want to make some of mine shooting stars, like I was saying. So on one of my stars, I'm going to draw just some lines coming out of it so it looks like it's shooting through the sky and it's moving across. So by drawing those lines, it creates some movement. So I'm gonna do that there, and maybe I'll do one more here.
Oh, I like that.
So then maybe I'll just draw some dots. So some stars are twinkling, they just look like dots in the sky. You can have so much fun, and you can add a whole bunch to your night sky.
I like the idea of a snowy moon.
Okay, I'll draw a snowflake one. So to do that one is I'm going to draw a line down and then a line across. And then I'm going to draw an X over it and then add some dots.
Oh,
So now it's really a snowy moon
nice.
twinkling in the sky. I love this pen. Okay, so take your time and add any more to your night sky. There's one more thing. If you would like, is you will see that on the bottom on my painting is I wrote the word dream big. So when I think of the moon, I think of me at night and laying in bed and just looking up, and at night you have dreams. And this is where you can dream big and you can have different thoughts and ideas and let your brain just be excited about all these different things that you are imagining in your life. And so I love to do that. I sometimes dream even if I'm just sitting here right now. I might be sitting here dreaming and the moon's not even out. So there's so many different times that you can dream out of the day. But I want to write that down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my gold gel pen again, and I'm going to write that. Other things that you can write, what are other things you can write? You can write
Sandwich time.
Yes, you can write anything that excites you. It doesn't need to be dream big. That's just what I think of. Okay, so I'm gonna draw that or write that on the bottom of here. So I'm just gonna use my gold gel pen and write dream big. What are your big dreams, Keenan?
I want to be able to dunk a basketball.
You can't right now?
No.
It's a good dream.
It's a good dream.
It's a good achievable dream that you can do.
I don't know.
With the chair.
With the chair.
Yes. Okay, so I wrote that right there. Now, the final step is we are going to use our Stickles, which is this really fun glitter gel. Now, if you don't have this, then you are done. And this is complete in your own way. I just want to remind you of that. Now, if you do have the Stickles, what you're gonna do is you're gonna open the jar, and you're gonna grab a popsicle stick, or you can use maybe the end of your brush, but you're just going to use a little bit. We do not need a lot. A little bit goes a long way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip in and I'm gonna scoop out just a little bit. So can you see on my popsicle stick, just a little bit. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold up my painting and we're going to spread a little bit of this gel directly on top. So I'm just gonna turn this over. Is this in a good spot?
Yep.
Okay. And I'm gonna spread it. Actually, I'm gonna set it down and I'm gonna spread it. So what you're doing is you're just gonna spread the color, or the glitter gel on top of it. And you'll see that they have these little stars.
Itty bitty stars.
That are so cool, that'll add to your night sky. So maybe I'll do a little bit there. Maybe we'll do a little bit here. So I pick it up actually to scrape it off because it's a little bit easier for me, and then I'll put it back down. So you're just going to add a little bit. You don't need a lot.
If you have little hands and you want to pick it up, it might be easier to put cardboard underneath it. Or put it to the edge of the table you're painting on.
Yeah, I was gonna say the edge of the table might be the easiest. Is this in the shot?
Not at all.
Okay, the edge of the table might work really well if it was in the shot. Okay, I think that
If you got a kid's box, you could cut the lid off.
Oh, yes.
And use it as a portable art area.
That's actually a great idea in general. Okay, next one we're gonna do that. So I just wanted a little bit. I don't want to have too much, but again, you can add a lot on the edges. Have fun with this. This is a really fun, pretty gel. Just remember, when you're done with it, grab the lid and close it back up. We want to be kind to our art supplies. So I'm going to close these back up too. And then you're going to let it dry. And what I'd like you to do is when you're done with that, when it's dry, maybe you come back after a break and you be really happy and proud of what you made. I want you to show it. I want you to tell people about it. This is something that you created with your own two hands. You dreamed big. You painted with us today. You're an artist. And I am so proud of you. So we have a Facebook group that if you grab an adult, ask them and say, can you take a picture of me? I want to show everyone what I made. So Keenan and I would love to see what you make. So when you're done, do that. And I think that's it, except you also need to be kind to your brush and wash that. Give it a little bath and then wipe it off. And then you're done. Thank you for being with us, and always remember that you are brave, kind, and creative, and I love painting with you today. I'll see you next time.